Hello, horrible people, and today on the Horrible Opinions podcast, we are going to chow, chomp, and choke on 2022's Croc. As always, I'm your horrible host, Kenny.
I'm Daniel.
I'm in the wrong climate, Ryan.
Let's get into it, boyos. Daniel, what can you tell me about Croc, exclamation mark?
Before we get into it, I would like to ask some Croc-related questions and see if you guys know the answers to it.
Okay.
Crocodile facts. Okay.
Okay. All right, yeah?
Can crocodiles survive in cold climates?
Yes.
No.
No.
All right,
I'm
Kenny
gonna
got it.
Hey, you back of the class cheater. I know what you're doing. You're looking over my shoulder.
It took a second for the audio to get to me, that's all.
Well, we are a distance away. Can crocodiles climb fences, trees, gates, things like that?
Yes.
Kenny says yes.
Yes.
Ryan.
I'm waiting for you to say the answer, and then I'll say the correct one.
Okay, the answer is yes.
I was going to say climb a tree.
They can climb trees.
I'm sorry, what?
Can you, a moderately in shape person, outrun a crocodile?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And how does a crocodile hunt?
Ambush.
It's an ambush surprise predator.
It is an ambush predator. These are correct.
Rest in peace, Steve Irwin.
Now,
He did not die from a
he
crocodile.
also did not die from a crocodile. That is
But
true.
he taught me everything I need to know about a crocodile's cloaca.
Okay, so much like in Sharkside of the Moon, the filmmakers did zero research on space, physics, rockets, any of that. There's zero Croc research was done for this film as well.
The original title of the movie was Crocodile Vengeance. Do you think that was better than Croc?
Vengeance for what?
It's not safe to swim anywhere.
They're not swimming anywhere.
There was a pool scene. The Croc doesn't like infidelity. Okay.
The Croc kills before any infidelity happens.
The Croc.
It could smell the infidelity.
The Croc in this movie was sent by Old Testament God to cleanse all the sinners of this movie. It doesn't like premarital sex. It doesn't like infidelity. And it is...
Yeah, that's Croc Voorhees.
Yep. It's slasher movie Croc.
I wrote Metal Gear Croc because he was so stealthy.
Except, it's stealthy in the sense that Snake is in the box and the box moves and it goes, huh? And then the box doesn't move and it's like, okay, nothing here. Because
it sounded like the horns that you hear in Moria whenever the Croc shows up. It's like a deep...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Synopsis.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
You got this.
You'd think with all the notes that I took that I would be somewhat good at this, right?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
English countryside wedding happens. Croc attacks. Yes. There you go.
Yes.
I can't disagree with you this time. That's it. You got it.
And
you nailed it.
Honestly, the biggest mistake of this movie, I can't say the biggest, a mistake of this movie is not making the bride's father just the focal point of the whole movie.
Budget Momoa, who 6 months...
Dylan.
His wife passed in the incident. We don't talk about the incident. We don't even know what the incident is, but he is an anti-poacher. The only reason he's in this movie is so they can have someone who knows a little bit about Crocs and doesn't want to kill it, but wants to catch it for some reason, because it can survive in cold environments.
No, the only reason they had him in the movie is because they needed someone who knows how to fuck.
Oh, yeah. Dead wives get me randy.
Yeah, so do you think his wife's really dead? Or is he just using that as breaking the ice? Because during that whole opening scene where he's talking to that ASMR lady who's just talking very calmly, like, we cater to weddings of all different sizes. We have extensive grounds and buildings available. So you can see we have the hot tub, sauna, and a pool, and a killer crocodile. And then this gazebo right here.
The acting you're doing is a lot better than the acting she was doing, where she was very clearly, desperately trying to remember her lines.
And then she's all touching him, and I wrote down, hey, lady, get some He ain't consenting to you touching him. What are
She
you
only
doing?
starts touching him after he brings up the dead wife and the incident that we don't talk about.
Yeah, he's all like, I got a dead wife. And she's, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Rub, rub, rub on the hand. Rub, rub, rub.
And then cue to them fucking in the jacuzzi.
Bang, sauna time.
Okay, and first problem.
Water is not a lubricant.
Water is not a lubricant.
That water was
you
hot, too.
cannot just have sex in water like that. There's going to be so much pain. Second problem is the audio mixing in this movie. It took me a second to realize that this was the dad, not the guy getting married at first, because I couldn't hear it because all the background music was like slightly louder than the talking, so I kept turning it up and just kept getting more music. Yeah. What do you think's more effective for bringing in the ladies?
Dead wife.
Dead wife, or
I've been to China.
Single father, like with a deadbeat baby mama, because obviously if it's single father and dead wife, that's like the same thing. So we'll just say single father with deadbeat ex.
I think dead wife.
Like I'm taking care of this baby.
But it's not a baby.
It's a full-grown woman who's getting married.
Married, yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general.
Also, there's the mystery of the incident. Ooh, man, if I fuck him, maybe he'll tell me about the incident.
Opening scene in this movie, how much do you think that beautifully buff guy, how much do you think it cost to get him?
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing, because he is a catalog model. That was $50.
Yeah, you just find that guy at the gym.
Really?
Also, when he peed, okay, when he was peeing, so he cuts off midstream. First of all, he should really finish, but also doesn't shake, and there's no pee dribble on his gray sweatpants.
Are you saying this is where the movie went unrealistic?
This is where the movie went unreal. Also, the girlfriend
That's in the first 5 minutes.
That he doesn't massage her. Why are you not giving her the massages, dude?
Yeah, that's
not
kind
even
of
the worst part. The worst part is they're out in the wilderness, out in the woods. He decides to get up and take a piss instead of just going over there like in the field or on a fucking tree. He goes to the crocodile's house
where he lives
and pisses on the barn. Like what the fuck? He was ripped though, so I'll allow
my God.
Yeah, but he gets so scared at the smallest little growl though.
Oh my God. Oh no. They hear the noise.
Yeah,
and the lady,
they hear them, and the lady's
like,
Moria.
Yeah, and the lady's like, "Oh my God, is that a big wild cat?" And he's like, "There's no big wild cats in England. Maybe it's a badger. Are there fucking badgers in England?
There's probably badgers, but you know what? There aren't.
Are they?
There aren't crocodiles or reptiles of any kind.
Obviously there was, because this one was just moving right along, footloose and fancy free. What's this? A mic body? I'm like, what? Oh,
we hit it.
Oh, okay. Listen to me. You listening to me? You son of a bitch. You listen to me.
Oh my God.
I got a problem with this movie, guys.
Got one
Here's
problem.
what it is.
One?
Yeah.
Here's the first problem I got with this movie. I'm fine with everything that has happened in the first 5 minutes except this. When she comes out of the tent and discovers his body, so he's got a ripped up face, she trips over his body.
Yes.
And she immediately just starts crawling away. She doesn't check on him. She doesn't see if he's still breathing. She's just like, man, my side piece down. Gotta go. I'll get a new one. She just leaves him there. And I'm, what? Aw, where's the romance?
Okay.
Where's
what do you mean, where's the romance? He never massaged her.
He never massaged her.
He just fought a crocodile for her. The least she could do is,
He didn't fight shit. He didn't fight shit.
He died like a little bitch.
Okay, look. Let's get this out of the way early. The drinking game.
This movie is awful.
Episode is no. The drinking game for this episode is every time we say we have a problem with this movie, you take a shot. Okay. Because here were my problems with this scene.
Oh, well,
that's a big ass.
Space them out. We don't want to kill anyone.
Sure.
Oh, you're gonna die. Okay. So we've established my problems with the whole going to pee on the barn.
Cut me banging in the sauna. It wasn't me.
Also, why didn't we get a sex scene with them? I'd like to see that guy going to Plowtown.
Person. Yeah. Look, someone who's that buff is not a good lover. I'm sorry. That's just facts. He doesn't even massage.
He doesn't massage her.
Yeah. Okay. So
first problem. Second problem.
Second problem.
Same as the first.
Like, we show the Croc. We show the Croc. Somehow the Croc CG is worse than the humanoid shark CG in Sharkside.
True.
And it's it's a slightly big croc. I mean, I don't know if it's bigger than a croc.
I would not say it's giant.
Normally?
Yeah, it just looks like a normal croc.
It's not giant. It's a big croc. It lunges. It has a good lunge
jumps.
and attacks him. Yeah, it straight jumps, and when we find his dead body, all it is like claw marks on his face.
Yeah.
That doesn't. I don't appreciate that. But before it lunges, it's got its mouth open, and they worked really hard on this fucking tongue.
Oh, it is so articulate.
And it's like so every time it did that, all I could think was in Jeepers Creepers 2, when the creeper was doing the tongue action outside the bus. That was all I could think. It was the creeper croc.
Okay, you say the croc jumped. I would say the JPEG still image swooped in and then swooped out.
Dragged from right to left on the screen, sure.
In real time, yeah. After the campers get got, because it's slasher rules, so we know the rules now. It goes 6 months later. And my first question to you, gentlemen, is why 6 months?
Yes.
There's your third 6
from an episode a long time. No, there's another 6 in this movie because there's 6 girls in the wedding party.
Okay. And
then
it's 6 months after
6 months after the campers get eaten.
And then it's 6 months after that.
No. What?
Daniel?
Yeah.
Sidebar.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, let me explain.
Hold on.
Okay, sidebar. Ryan, cover your ears.
Ryan, cover your ears. We're not going to watch 23 with Ryan.
Okay, don't tell.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, yeah.
Don't tell him. Okay.
So it's 6 months after the murders, and then the father shows up to reserve the location and reserve his fuck pad, and then it's 6 months after that is the wedding.
Oh my! It's the Trinity of evil. You've done it. You've cracked the code. Because there are 6 girls in the brooms party.
Did you say in the brooms party?
In the brooms party.
Okay.
I said it. You heard it. I'm not correcting it, and you're leaving it in. Whoever's editing this, do you hear me? You leave it in.
I liked at the end of their lovemaking session, we get his vinegar strokes, and we get him doing like the loud ass moan.
True, and when he answers the phone, he says, "Of course I'm coming." And in my headcanon, on the other end of the line, someone goes, "My man."
I just went, "Oh, how embarrassing."
He said they are very accommodating.
You laughed. I just went, ew, ew. Why is this happening?
Okay.
Now, actually,
Are you so
was here
lonely?
because honestly, that scene went on for like a bit. So I was like, is this actually a softcore porn film that just so happens to have a crocodile in it?
Oh.
That's what it started out as. That's what it seemed like.
It didn't have the badonka-donk music, though.
I couldn't tell. The mixing was so bad.
Yeah, they probably just forgot to put it in.
Okay, my notes jump to the 6 months after that now.
Yeah. Also, I have a note, another goddamn Ben in a movie.
Oh, shit, yeah.
He's the best man, though.
He is the best man, but he sucks.
Also,
they all suck.
Did that dad look, No, the best man was okay. He got screwed over.
He did, yeah.
No, I did. I felt like his macking was not up to par.
Okay, compared to Dad, yeah.
He's just doing what the script gave him, okay? There's not a whole lot else he can do in this. So once all the... So we're
introduced to all the characters. They all show
characters
up for the
come
wedding.
in.
Yes.
They're all here. So this is before the wedding. This is their little wedding party, having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're introduced to the brides. I guess she works with all those people?
In fashion, yeah.
In fashion.
And then you can tell. It shows.
Well, the Asian is wearing some weird shit.
Daniel, I want to point out one thing before I forget. Yeah. Dad, because I made a note of it and wrote down, oh, this must be important because they mentioned it twice. Dad keeps talking about his ranger days.
Yes.
About being a ranger. And he did it twice, like in the first 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. So throughout this movie, we're going to be seeing him doing some badass ranger things.
He does smell some scat, some crocodile scat at one point. He smells some scat.
He definitely gets bit and hides up on on a filing cabinet.
Which wouldn't work because, as we've established, they can climb.
Well,
and these particular ones can jump.
They could jump.
Yes, but also a croc wouldn't have just let go of his leg because that's not how they do. That's not how they do.
My comment on that I didn't know if the dad was really old enough to be that lady's
Yeah,
dad. Like, they seemed like they could be close enough in age.
He's like looking like he could be between 30 and 60.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
He's a very versatile actor to be able to pull that off.
But I also think with his game, he could have like birthed the child at the age of 12.
In the party scene, the bride mentions that she's not drinking and puts her hand on her stomach as if to imply that she's pregnant. But
I
like in
didn't
another
catch that.
movie, this would come up again, but not this one. Never mentioned, never brought up again, nothing.
Oh.
She also points out that they haven't done it yet until after the wedding.
Dude,
They're
what?
not.
Really?
No, they're saving that for after the
Are
wedding.
you sure, or was it that they just didn't want to sleep in the same room as like a pre-wedding ritual thing?
Look, that's also possible, but I just got the vibes that they hadn't done it.
Well, then
yet.
no wonder he's
And I
going
thought-
around putting his dick in anything.
I was gonna say,
Oh, Chucky Boy.
I think that
or
was how they
Charles?
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to validate it by him not getting any. Which, guys, if you're listening, that's not a valid excuse.
Look, I don't know if they were trying to validate it because Charles. So once, what is her name? Is it Julie?
I didn't
Christy?
do names.
I didn't do names in this movie.
What?
They did not earn names. I can go read them
Lisa.
off for you if you want.
I think it's Lisa. Check me, but I think it's Lisa.
Lisa was the bride.
Okay.
Lisa King.
So when Lisa,
And her dad
is Dylan.
Dylan Bruiser King.
Smooth talking Dylan. So when Lisa says she's tired, she goes away. She tells Charles, "Don't stay up too late." Charles is still having a good time, and then this girl in a leather jacket comes up and immediately starts giving him the eyeballs.
Yeah.
But then the best man Ben swoops in, and I'm like, "Oh, you a good best man. You ain't gonna let nothing happen. You keep your guy. You keep your man in line. That's good. You're being a good best man." And then Charles is like, "Yeah, you just what does he say? Don't worry about it. Bridesmaids are always gagging for it on the day."
Jesus Christ.
Hey, am I right, fellas?
But
Am I right?
look, at that comment, it did make me think of you, Kenny, and I'll leave it at that. But I'm like, seriously, Ben, you're gonna screw leather jacket the night before your wedding? Aw, you fail. Oh man.
Well, that
But
wasn't Ben. Ben's the best
my-
man.
Oh, you're right, Charles.
Yeah.
Charles.
My comment on that was, dude loves a side chick with a nose as big as
I
his
believe,
dick.
so they're staring at, he's like, "Hey, why were you staring at me like I had something on my face?" And I believe she says, "Oh, there's nothing on your face, but there could be." Wink?
I hope that she did say that, but I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
So
I hope.
our grandmother told a story about like this kind of situation. Do you ever hear that?
No.
No? Okay.
Wait.
So when she was like
Our grandmother?
Yeah, when she was doing weddings, all right? One of the weddings on the day, I don't know what point of the actual ceremony it was, but the bride stopped it and then thanked everyone for coming, but then said that the wedding would not be taking place because the groom had had sex with the maid of honor last night.
Oh, shit.
And
I don't know
did
that
Grandma still get paid?
I think she did. Oh, yeah,
hell
get
yeah.
that money up front. And then at some point in this movie, there's this really long, lingering shot on a plant. And I'm like, is this going to be important? No. Okay, fine.
No.
Then we go to nope. Then we go to dry humping with your pants up in the barn. So, okay, fine.
Okay, I don't know if I knew that story or if I just blacked out all of Grandma's other stories just because of one particular story that we can have a whole episode on, and I'm not gonna.
That'll be our Chud episode.
That'll be our Chud episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that one.
Yeah. But yeah, we jumped to the barn. That I wonder if Dad smelled the human piss on the barn from a year ago.
What?
And yeah, they're what? The dad could smell the
Oh,
freaking
I
Croc
understand.
droppings.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we're dry humping in the barn because these chicks are
And
all
then
wet.
Premarital
AF.
Gator comes strolling in.
Yeah,
Chastity belt Gator.
okay, they hear
Chastity
Yeah,
belt
he
Gator.
comes
they hear the noise. He pulls out. He takes like 2 steps forward, sees the gator. He dives out the window, and I had to rewind here because I'm like, wait, how did he get out and she's trapped behind the window? And so she backed up is what happened. So she was by another window, and there was there was a gate that she could have shut.
Well, I mean, Crocs can just push open gates, as is later shown.
But
they can open doors.
They can open doors. It's not a problem.
But
life finds a way.
Life finds a way. So he gets out. He's standing there on the other side of the window. It has a couple broken panes or whatever. But Croc.
Yes.
Take a shot every time one of us says Gator.
Gator done.
Croc grabs her, like rolls her, and then somehow we get a cut where she's like back by the window somehow, even though the Gator should have her firmly. Croc, shit. And then
can I say I love that we get that crocodile death roll as he's got her.
I like that.
It.
It's like good. You somewhat know what a crocodile does.
That got a gold star.
Right, yeah. And then he gets absolutely covered in blood. I think that was too much blood considering most of that window was intact. But, okay, at this point, and we can do this in a lot of movies, at this point, if this is you, do you, A, go hide your bloody clothes and pretend like nothing happened? Or B, go, hey, I was just out for a walk, and I heard a scream, and I just seen what's-her-nuts getting eaten by a crocodile.
Or C, find any excuse to walk around in my Calvin Klein tighty-whities.
Or D,
they are new.
Just leave.
I'm just saying, there was no reason he couldn't have told them she got ate by a croc and also hid his infidelity.
Well, you can't really say either one because there shouldn't be a crocodile there.
But there was. That's not a secret he has to keep.
But there shouldn't be.
So, Daniel, there shouldn't be, but don't worry about it, because in a later scene where he does confide in his best man, the best man asks the question that we're asking, which is, what's a crocodile doing here? And he says, I don't know, Ben.
Doesn't
matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Correct.
And I'm like,
it doesn't
matter.
That
is exactly what they said at the pitch meeting. Like, he's walking naked through the house, and he encounters Daddy, and Daddy's already suspicious.
Firm handshake.
And he's all like, he says, don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck this up.
And then we get the scene where he's in bed, and best man brings him some breakfast, and he's all like, what I'm about to tell you does not leave this room. I've spent all my money on pigeon lipstick NFTs. I'll cut you in.
Well, hold on.
JK, he says this lady got eaten by a giant crocodile. And then they both look out the window like it's going to climb a tree, which I guess it can. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It could have.
I'm like, that's the most ridiculous shot I've ever seen.
All I got out of that scene was anytime someone brings me breakfast, they need to say, Breckers. Because I was like, oh,
thanks, bud.
You bring me
Breckers? Oh my God.
Bring me some Breckers.
Kenny's always gagging for Breckers on the day.
You know it.
Then we get the dad getting chomped, and I'm thinking, no, we're not going to kill the best character.
They're missing the bridesmaid, so they all go out to look for her, and the dad finds the nest, the croc area, the croc domain.
So, and when this happens, we're actually getting shots in a movie. Like, there's this nice overhead. I'm like, they must have got a drone, because there's this nice overhead shot of Dylan like searching the grounds, and on what he's like walking, and he's this brown figure on the ground, and to the left there's these dead trees, and on the right there's this blue tinted marsh. And it's just like sweeping across. I'm like, oh my God, it's a movie now.
He picks up a stick and pokes it into the...
he pokes at the dirt.
He just pokes at the dirt,
Yeah, that's when the movie
Ranger
went back
shit.
to being what it was. Yes, I'm like, right? Oh, they taught him that in the bush, did they?
Yeah.
This dirt's seen something. What do you know, dirt? Tell me
your
secrets.
He finds like a human skull? Couple of human skulls? But, okay, I have a question. So... that can't be the dead bridesmaid.
Why
right?
not? Oh, no.
But there's police
that's the
tape
couple
around
from a
the
year
building,
ago.
Right?
Daniel, it's the investigators from the Innocents. They found the building and they put tape around it, but no one walked in it because they're like, "Ooh, I smell pee. Do any of you guys smell? I smell pee. This building's nasty." And so they just put tape around it and then they left.
I mean, that's fair. I didn't take that as police tape. I take it as this is like a dilapidated old barn, like, don't go in here. Like, the property owners put that up.
The wedding party is aware that this place has a history of people going missing here. So that means that police have been involved at some point. So I took it as police.
Right.
Did you catch the Lord of the Rings reference?
Which one? There's many.
So Dylan is all hanging out. He's always in the barn looking at the skulls, and then the Croc like slowly comes up and he says, "What's this? A ranger caught off guard?" And it bites him.
I do vividly remember the Croc talking.
That might be the funniest
Lord.
shit you have ever said.
Well, buckle in, because later I'm gonna say, "Holy shit, it's a goblin," but we're not there yet.
I have a problem with this movie.
Was it when he stabbed it with a piece of wood and then climbed 3 feet up onto a cabinet? The Croc's all there saying, "You come down here this instant, young man. We must talk about what you've done."
Nope. My problem is the consistency with the injuries these crocodile bites cause. So you're going to tell me that chomp on his leg, I thought he was probably dead, or at least losing the leg. I'm not saying there's enough power to just straight bite through, like, cleanly, but that was, like, barely through the skin. Like, we had, a lot more we didn't see any exposed fat or anything. And then, it's not going to just let go. I mean, okay, he got a stab in, but...
There's also a problem with the consistency of the size of the crocagator. Because it changes size in every shot.
Yeah, and it air-butted up to kill the buff dude in the beginning, and it just had claw marks on its face, so I went up and didn't bite him, it swiped him somehow.
Yeah, you're too pretty!
It bites Dad's leg here, and that's barely, like a graze.
And then I guess he gets bored at some point and just wanders off?
No, he fell asleep. He took a nap. That's what I wrote down. Croc took a nap, because now Dylan's just hanging out on the cabinet. Ooh, there is an interesting like musical change like in the score. There's a mix of the Mendelssohn Wedding March, and it's playing like as we're watching Dylan being all bloody on the cabinets, but we're not watching any of it. And I'm like, wait, what? Why are you doing this now? Is this supposed to make me feel sad? Because
it's interesting.
And I'm like, where's the Croc?
It's like a metaphor for life. If you're like absent from your child's life, that life is going to go on without you, much like the wedding will go on without him.
Which that's what I liked. The father's missing. He went out looking for a missing bridesmaid. Now the father's missing. One of the other bridesmaids just tells the bride, "We have to go on without him." Like, you're in charge.
Well, she's got shit to do after this.
I think that's 8. There are so many people, and
there's a lot
Lisa,
of characters.
Dylan, Charlie, Vanessa, Georgie, Ben, Tina, Ginny, Jade, Amy, Sarah, Tabby, Neil, and a guy named Mike.
And Reverend.
And oh god, I missed Reverend. Okay, can we? And Daniel, do you want to talk about Lord of the Rings reference number 2?
Are you talking about the goblin couple?
I'm talking about the goblin couple.
So did you spot this immediately?
I spotted, yes, because as they're introducing all the guests have arrived at the wedding, and they're having them sit down. And this older couple shows up, and they're only shot from the back. We never see their face, and I didn't understand why until the camera moved slightly to look at the older gentleman who looks like he is wearing a goblin mask.
Yes, I wrote, "What the fuck? There's a goblin couple in the crowd,"
and I don't know if this is a mask or if this is this gentleman's face.
That is just old British people.
Why is there a goblin couple in the wedding? If it's a mask, why are they wearing the mask? Unless
it can't be a mask.
If this is secretly the world's best cameo, and that's Brad Pitt under that bad boy.
I think I just figured it out.
Yeah?
The goblins brought the jumping Crocs.
That would explain the horn noises that you hear every time the Croc shows up. That is what I wanted
to be true. So, Kenny, you and I are on the same note page, my buddy. That is what I wanted to be true. I wanted this goblin to have brought this crocodile into this world.
Hey, so the Goblin Coalition is here, and our gift to you on your wedding day is this pair of Crocs?
Two pair of Crocs.
You say this crocodile, Ryan, but I posit the question, these. crocodiles.
How many crocodiles are in this movie?
1.
Ryan says 1.
No.
Kenny?
So I rewound the scene for 2
The line
reasons.
is, Sarah, there are 2 of them.
I'm aware of what the line is.
And then it cuts to 1 crocodile, and then it cuts to a different crocodile.
Uh-huh.
Or it teleports. Because my first instinct was they showed the crocodile starting to get up on the gazebo, but it never got in there. Then they showed the crocodile over there chasing someone else, and then the groom got bit. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? What bit him? And then I went back again. It's like, okay, she did say there were 2 crocodiles.
No, she didn't say there are 2 crocodiles. She said there are 2.
She said
there's 2 crocodiles.
There's 2 of them.
2 of them. So
there are 2 of
maybe
them.
she's referring to the goblin couple. And here, let me tell you why. Let me back this up.
I love this. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to say it without laughing while I'm doing it, because it's a serious business about this movie.
Yeah.
Here's another problem I have with the movie. Okay, so the Reverend is starting his little speech, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, and these days I'm obligated to say, those who identify as neither." And I'm like, wait, so is the Reverend being passive-aggressive about being woke, or did he also see those 2 goblins?
I took that as being passive-aggressive about being woke, but I like your read on the goblin situation.
Now, think he's actually talking about the goblins. And so they're talking...
I'm going to say he's talking about the goblins because he seems like a nice man. I think he would be... he's accepting of all people. He seems like a good guy.
He seems like a... I mean, he seems
he's
like he's
that
related
accepting.
to someone who made this movie.
He doesn't like goblins.
I mean, you like gobos?
I don't like gobos.
Yeah, those characters imply there's 2 Crocs, but then the movie immediately forgets it. And never brings it up again.
Correct.
But... I think they added that line in later to explain how the Croc teleports.
Or you could just no one's paying that much attention in this movie. You can, and that scene where it happens, you don't need that kill. You can edit it out. There is no reason to come back later and say, "Oh, there's 2 Crocs."
There was something else that they did edit in this movie from that scene. When the bride and groom are being attacked and the bride has her big scream moment, we don't hear
I thought
her
now
scream.
You think that's a mistake in bad audio mixing. I took that as them trying to be like classy.
No, I think
classy.
and do some actual filmmaking where you wouldn't hear the audio of them on purpose.
That's how I'm going to describe this movie to my kid. Classy. Croc is a classy examination of what happens when you take just a well-meaning crocodile outside of its normal habitat, you throw it into the British countryside. What do you expect to happen? You expect it to chomp on some goblins. That's what's going to happen.
And he did. He definitely ate the one. I think the female goblin got away.
They are crafty.
Not in my fan fiction, and it's about this point where they finally, the bride, the groom, best man, get back in the house, and now Lisa, the bride's all doing her freak out, "Oh, why is this happening to me on my wedding day?" And I'm like, okay, Bridezilla, you need to tone it down a little bit.
Before that, all these people, when they're falling down, these are the gentlest falls ever.
Their high heels are just sinking right into that countryside grass, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, I have fallen and I can't. Chomp, 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 chomp.
They're sitting there standing next to a building, like hiding for a second, and then the Croc comes over. The Asian runs. And the pale chick, it's like she attempted to run but forgot to move her feet. So she literally is just standing there and then does a quick fall forward.
Only the smart characters took their heels off. The Asian took her heels off.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't the first goblin wedding she's been to.
But at that point is when I commented to myself, I'm having a good time.
And here's also where the Croc steals the spark plug to the car so it won't start.
And took all the ammunition out of the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Our main cast, they're in the house, and then they hear a knock on the door. Oh, no, what do they? No, they hear someone say, "Let me in." And then Ben slowly walks up and looks through the peephole because the Croc might have learned. Might have to edit that one. Ben looks through the peephole because the Croc might have learned how to speak English at this point.
I like the cock learning how to speak English.
That was Hellraiser.
Yeah. Also the car, you get, once she's in the car, it's that boo dramatic music. I'm like, oh shit, you know what's going to happen? The character, I believe, is Amy. She gets into the car. She didn't have to unlock it. She's in the car. I'm like, oh.
Croc in the back seat.
It's going to do a Michael Myers. It's going to grab her from the back.
Yes.
And I'm like, but it did not. And I'm like,
if I had made this movie, the crocodile would have been in the back seat.
100%.
No, if I had made this movie, 2 points there. Either A, she had no reason to get out of the car, or B, I already have established that the Croc can jump. It would have Cujo'd all up on the window.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But she also just wouldn't have got out of the car, because these aren't giant Lake Placid size like creatures. You're safe in the car.
Yeah, but the car won't start.
The car won't start.
It doesn't need to start. You just take a nap.
Nah.
Yeah, just...
What do you take a nap? You're at it.
She has she hasn't
isolated
eaten
place.
in several days to slim down to fit in that dress. So she's craving some food, and if she doesn't get it,
no,
she'll
she's
die.
good at yoga. She's a vegetarian. She can last like a long time. You know, she's smart, and that's why she survives. Everyone who dies in this first ambush died because they fell down on the lawn or they fell backwards into a pool for no reason.
Wait, okay, so yeah, the pool scene. So first off, I know the Croc's not going to like the pool water.
Chlorine.
That's okay.
You don't think they like chlorine?
You think they use
I don't
chlorine
think they
in
like
England?
it. So
I don't know.
You think they do?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't.
Do you think this
I don't
little?
know. I'm assuming.
I don't know. You think ASMR lady was keeping the pH levels in that pool up to date? I don't know. I think she's too busy.
Oh, I think her pH levels were all messed up.
Hey Daniel,
Yes.
tell me something I don't know.
Okay.
He open mouth kissed a horse.
No, you're supposed to say you've got a twig in your hair. Come on, man.
Oh, sorry. He's good at flirting, and the worst fucking possible times.
Dylan is the best at flirting and the worst at being a ranger. I think he made the whole ranger thing up.
Yeah, it's to get women.
And the whole... I think he only refers to himself as Bruiser. I don't think anyone else calls him that. Okay, but the pool. Okay, so we see the one chick get attacked in the water. My first thought was like, I don't see any blood. Those cheap bastards didn't want to ruin the pool. But then the other lady's getting out, and she walks out the door, and then a Croc airbuds off camera.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's the second Croc.
And gets her. And that's where I was like, okay, I was like, was the second Croc waiting outside the pool? But
Teamwork.
Again, they don't mention the second Croc ever again. And my pool thoughts came back later. We come back and we see the dead body again in the pool. There is no blood in the pool. They weren't allowed. They weren't allowed to
vampire
ruin
crocodiles, so they drank it all up.
Vampire
they
Crocs.
slipped it all up.
Okay,
that's fair.
Or she was a ghoul and she was already drained.
Oh,
it's part of this
that
fairy
would
tale
explain
logic.
Why she fell and then wasn't able to swim good, right?
Or the script just forgot about her, or forgot about what happened, because after that happens, all that happens, we get back to the house where the Reverend's talking about, maybe he's the first one to lose his mind. Maybe we don't have to kill it because it's one of God creatures and it's clearly upset.
Where was God when the Croc army invaded?
That's a conversation that Charles has with him, because the Reverend's like, the Lord works in mysterious ways. And Charles says, he put a killer crocodile in the middle of fucking Hampshire.
Pumping out some middle school theology? I like it.
Well, yeah, the Reverend was the one having the crisis of faith, though. He's like, all these hurricanes and natural disasters and stuff like that, people think about, like, the people that survived and thank God and blah, blah, blah. But I think about the people who died. And I'm like, are you having a crisis of faith?
It was kind of like he was having these theological thoughts for the first time.
Yeah, and that's got to be the most basic thing you go over probably in preschool.
Yeah, what are you going to think when the crocodile shows up and starts eating your congregation, Father? You got to have a contingency plan.
Where was Gondor when the Croc army came?
We talk about Amy going into the car, and then like a good 15-20 minutes of the movie happens before the movie remembers she's still in the car, and it then cuts back to her real fast just to try to get her out of the car.
Yeah, she exits through the moonroof.
Dylan has keys to his car.
And he makes
so,
it boop, boop.
And I swear to God, I thought he was honking the car to get the crocodile to come back to eat Amy. I thought he was purposefully sabotaging, either because he just sucks so much because he doesn't want to kill the croc. He
wants to catch it and study it because
I'm going to catch this and study it because there shouldn't be a crocodile here.
It shouldn't be able to live here. It's a magic
and I'm
croc.
like, oh my god, he's feeding Amy to the croc, and he's ringing the car horn dinner bell.
I'm okay with it. Now, my next note is we're back at the house, and there's another knock at the door.
Who is it?
And she opens the door, and it's the Croc. The Croc knocked on the door.
Well, we don't know. It could have been the wind because we don't actually see the croc. She screams, she closes it, and she says it's the croc.
We hear the
we hear the growl.
We hear the growl.
Dylan is still trying to flirt with.
I would say succeeding. He's in there
with the older boss lady, and while she's doing it, she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen this side of you." And up till now, all he has done is getting chomped on the leg, and saying he doesn't want to hurt the croc, and that's it. I'm like, oh yes, what a great man. He has, however, taught his daughter how to use Morse code.
Sure.
Oh yeah, he had no concerns for his daughter at all. I think he's like, yeah, I'm not worried about her. She can. Yeah,
she can handle herself.
Yeah. He also, when he was hitting on her earlier, what did he say? Is this your distressed look?
When
he
Good
was
pickup line.
Pulling the stick out of her hair or something.
Good pickup line.
Yeah, I think you got a twig in your hair. I think that one's better. But what do I know? So Lisa is trying to. She's like, oh, we got to get my big badass bargain bin mimosa on this. So.
Mimosa.
So I'm gonna go.
I mean, look, you have mimosas at weddings. Okay,
I like it.
Look, mimosas are good.
But the shot is it's her sitting on a bed, and you see her from behind, and you just see her playing peekaboo with some kind of flashlight. It's the Morse code equivalent of doing a ka-ka, tuki. But when it cuts to his point of view from outside, it's a shot of the house, but we don't see any light flashing. But he says it's happening. But then eventually they all just pull out walkie-talkies. What is it about walkie-talkies in these movies?
Wait, where did they get the walkie-talkies?
Well,
probably from the staff that you never see.
Ah.
Oh. I mean, probably they fell out of Sharkside of the Moon's pockets when it was re-entering orbit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the Reverend dies. He gets eaten. Do you think his death was good? What do you think?
No,
unnecessary.
He just fell down. They all just fall down.
A gentle fall. The way I fall into my mattress when I'm ready to go to bed.
The groom, who's laid up in a chair after his leg bite with his jacket over him, he says, after the Reverend dies, God does work in mysterious ways.
Fuck you.
Oh.
That's your one-liner there?
Oh, good.
You're a douche. And I think after that, we get Daddy Bruiser, Dylan, has a croquet mallet.
Yeah, everybody gets into the house thanks to the Reverend's sacrifice.
And, so nice of him. I mean, shit could have stayed in the car.
Unnecessary sacrifice.
But, so Dad takes the mallet and puts it under the chin of the groom. And it's all intimidating him, and I'm just like, yeah, Dad has a leg wound. He's still walking around like a badass, and the groom's sitting there laying like a little bitch under his jacket the rest of the movie in the chair. And I think that's where the groom admits that he cheated.
So earlier in the barn, groom lost his watch in the struggle of the attack, and Budget Mimosa finds the watch, but then they never bring it up.
Right. Oh, but they do bring up he hid his bloody clothes, and they found his bloody
Lisa
clothes.
Finds
and that's
his bloody clothes, and then confronts him about it. And then for some reason, it's be like, "Oh, you always did have a history with that other girl."
A history with
all
her,
that stuff.
yeah. They go way back.
I could care less about that scene. I want to talk about the one before it, where they all reunite. Everyone's in the house, and Dylan is talking about, we don't need to kill this thing. We just need to set a trap for it, and then we can put it in a zoo, study it. And you go around the room, and they say kill it. Lisa says, Dad, be sensible. And he's like, yeah, you're right. All right. If at all possible, let's capture it. And I'm like, were you not listening?
I hear your complaints about my capturing plan. But what if instead of killing it, we captured it?
We captured it. What if, I know.
I
know he's
we
eating
all
everybody, good? But hey,
did you die?
Man,
you didn't die.
Dylan, you suck. Did you get your ranger status from a cereal box or something like that? Because you have shown no ranger skills. very poor.
He doesn't shoot a bow a single time.
I would take Nigel Thornberry over him any day of the week.
Oh.
The front door opens.
Okay, he tells them all, we should bar the windows and the doors. They do not do this. And much like the other day, how a cat snuck into my house, this Croc just walks in.
They addressed the not fortifying the house, because one of the characters says, well, it's not like there's a bunch of like rope and stuff lying around.
You got chairs, you got mattresses, you got all this shit.
I'm just saying they are not.
They didn't even lock the door.
What?
I'm just saying.
What barricading are you doing with a rope?
That's all I'm saying.
They didn't even lock the door.
Which is why Ghost.
Oh.
There is a ghost subplot about goblins and fairies and seeing doubles. They're mimics. They're crocodile mimics in this thing. And the Reverend knew about it, and that's why he was killed by the Croc.
The movie you watched is better than the movie I watched.
Before we left the Croc in the house, though, we cut to the bride being comforted in the other room after she finds out her not future husband cheated on her.
Hey, once a cheater, always a cheater. Unless you found out now.
Always a cheater. The friend asks the bridesmaid, is there anything else I can help you with? And the bride says, yes, make me a sandwich. The next time they cut back to them, they should have been eating sandwiches. That should have been the point the movie really leans into, like, okay, this shit isn't serious. Like, we stopped to make sandwiches.
This is where we get our big Subway tie-in with placement and some Cokes.
Okay. So the Croc mysteriously gets in the house. They are on the stairs. They literally ask, right? Can they climb stairs? Or they can't climb stairs,
Dylan says, no, they can't. False.
No, they can't. My thought is, has nobody seen these crocodiles fucking airbutting throughout the entire movie? Like, even if they can't climb stairs, they can jump.
That's why we put that little mattress there. They can't jump over a mattress.
They are dunking. They are pogo sticking. Yeah, these are jumping Crocs. And this is where
leaping lizards.
Another reason why, Dylan, you are just the worst. Because now he brings up, there's a gun in my car.
Yeah, now he brings it up.
I'm like, Dylan!
There were no poachers. He didn't need it.
Well,
I'm done with you, Dylan.
Fun fact, this entire movie was filmed in one take. They never stop recording.
They also never blink.
They never blink. Also, full disclosure, this is the point when I got distracted and had to make the air croc image.
Dylan says there's a gun in his car. So, can't send Charles. He's all laid up. So, Ben, being the good best man, he goes out, stops reading, I don't know, Fast and the Furious.
He's reading Jane
Austen. Jane Austen, Crocodile Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, creeps out, no crocodile, gets the gun, and then, I guess, first time he's ever had a handgun.
I 100% thought he was going to end up shooting himself in the face.
I did too. But when he does finally shoot at the Croc, it sounds like one of those pop guns. Yeah, so he shoots the Croc a couple times. It doesn't do anything, and then it's bye-bye Ben. And I'm left with, I guess I kind of like the bride Lisa, and I like her friend Amy, but I'm hoping Charles gets eaten, and I'm really hoping Dylan gets eaten. Did I get my wish?
I really don't remember. I don't think you get your wish. I think all those people you named survive.
Every time he names people, I don't know who they are.
Because then they come up with the It Follows plan of electrocuting it in a pool.
Now that I've seen.
Yeah.
You've seen the movie It Follows.
You seen It Follows? Good movie. Yeah, they said...
Well, no, I'd seen that.
Before this, to get to the gun, they have the door that they're hiding behind open, and they're got this long hook thing to try and reach Dylan Keys. But while they're doing that, that door is wide open and the Croc is just chilling instead of going in.
The Croc is playing it cool. He knows they're going to walk outside. He knows they're going to fall down. People have been doing it all day.
They do it all day.
All day. All they got to do is wait and someone's going to fall down. So Vanessa, who is Lisa's boss, who owns the design company, I guess.
Fashion.
She gets out fashion. So she gets outside. There's no Croc. And this is when the movie where I'm yelling at her, I'm saying, no. Because they're planning to lure the Croc into the pool to electrocute. And I'm like, no, Vanessa, just run, girl, go get help, just run.
Leave
run,
the
run,
movie.
Run.
Leave the
I'm
movie.
Like, leave. This is your chance to leave the movie. Go, but she doesn't. She stays, and I'm like,
That's a good boss.
Okay,
great boss.
And let's talk about how Dylan sucks some more. Another problem I have with this movie. Take a drink. Another problem I have with this movie. Their pool plan is to put Lisa in the middle of the pool. Well, but we know the Croc swims really fast from the scene where someone, quote, accidentally fell backwards into the same pool.
I would actually say if we're going off that scene, the Croc swims slow.
But everyone else it's so slippery when it's wet. I can't get up. Oh, I fall down. The pool plan sucks. Her dad sucks. Oh, crikey, everything sucks.
I mean, it especially sucks because it doesn't take into fact that there's 2 crocodiles.
Well,
well, that too. I have a problem with this movie.
Oh, you do?
I have a problem that the cheater lives. Charlie lives. Best man who did nothing wrong, he died. I have a problem that Dylan lives because...
That's the moral.
What is the moral of Croc? Don't invite goblins to your wedding. That is the moral of the movie.
But what if the goblins weren't invited? What if they just showed up?
And the crocodiles
they
were
owned
an
the
early
venue?
wedding gift.
Uh-huh.
It was set up earlier.
Because, the possibility of a goblin coalition arriving at your wedding is slim, but it can happen at any time.
I feel like if you ever get married, there's going to be
Oh my God, yeah. But I'm inviting them, so.
I'm assuming you're marrying into
Correct.
the family.
Sharkside of the Moon, I
Okay.
apologize. I apologize for everything we said wrong about you. Sharkside, you are a beautiful diamond in the rough, Sharkside. You don't deserve that 3. Okay. What's the rating on this one, Kenny?
Look, I'm going to disagree.
Oh boy.
I had a better time with this movie than I did Sharkside. You guys watched this before me, and I was going into it thinking, and this is probably why I enjoyed it more. I was going into this thinking, this movie's just a bad movie, not enjoyable bad, just bad. Because Sharkside was enjoyable bad. It could have been the fact that I watched this at 5 a.m, thriving on an energy drink. I had a lot of fun with this movie. This movie was hella bad, but it was great. That Croc, I don't think should have exploded like that.
Crocs don't normally.
That's not how Crocs explode. You're right.
Yeah, fun fact. That is not how Crocs explode. They go.
That's one of my Croc
first.
facts. Mm-hmm.
This movie had boobs. Sharkside did not.
True.
I will say somehow the bipedal humanoid sharks in Sharkside of the Moon looked more realistic than these Crocs at times.
Sure.
I will say that. But yeah, if anything, I would give Croc a 3 and Sharkside a 1.5.
What?
We're gonna okay. Because I thought it was impossible to make Sharkside of the Moon seem like a classy movie.
Yeah.
But this pulled it off. The early movie nudity, cringe. Complete cringe. I didn't want... Ew. I'm like, oh, God, just ew. Ew. I don't ever want to think of a sauna right now or bubbly hot water. Just... Oh, God. Have you hugged your goblin today?
Maybe the thing is, when a goblin shows up to the wedding, you have to give them a gift. Otherwise, the Crocs are unleashed.
You get eaten by Crocs. What I'm saying is, I think Croc, ! Is the better bad movie. Now, I think Sharkside had much better cinematography. The video quality and the audio mixing on Croc was not good, especially for something that came out this year. That was rough. If any of us knew how to halfway do any sort of computer graphics to make these creatures, we could have made this movie and we would have shot it better on our phone.
Would you movie have sex with me in a jacuzzi?
Yeah, I mean, if it made sense for the script, absolutely, and I think it would.
Oh, it definitely.
You think that made sense for the script?
Did you hear how she was talking? How is he not going to have sex with her? If you came up, look, listen, get ready. If you came up right to me like this, right up next to your ear, all up in your ear,
how would you resist this? Like, you couldn't
I
possibly
actually
resist
don't
this because
How do you
like
like your
people.
gazebos?
I don't like people being close to me. So like at that point, you're kind of like touching me probably, and I don't like that.
oh, I'm touching
Yeah, I
you.
don't. You're kind of
touching
breathing
your
on me,
hand without
getting
permission.
getting some breathy donut, some coffee donut breath. You like your man stubble's rubbing up on my man stubble.
Now imagine I'm a goblin.
Okay. Oh, well, if you're a goblin,
That's something to gag about.
I can.
On the day of the wedding, you're always gagging on goblins.
You're always gagging for Goblin. That's what I heard.
So I think this movie would have been better if they had saved the 2 Croc reveal for the ending, so then you can do a Crocs sequel.
You say reveal, but they never, at no point do I think there were ever 2 Crocs.
You don't ever see them like 2 on the screen at once. If
They've
they're
only got so much rendering power.
right, if they never had that lady say there's 2 of them, I would be assuming that they were just really dumb and just had the
but
Croc
we live in a world
teleported.
where she
Right.
said it.
I think they went back in after watching it saying, "Oh, there's no way this is one Croc." But then they forgot that we didn't establish killing both Crocs. But there's no better ending to a Croc or an alligator movie than the ending to Lake Placid, where Betty White's sitting there with her toes in the water feeding bread to the little babies. Like, you can't top that.
Yeah.
So don't even try. And they didn't.
Well, they didn't try, which is
They didn't try. You are
That's
correct.
what I said. Don't-
That's how I
saying
sum
don't
up this
try.
entire movie. They didn't try.
Well, I mean,
Oh, Dylan was trying.
Dylan was trying. Really? What?
Hey, my wife died in an incident, so hop on this.
Also, I travel around the
Hoppable.
world doing anti-poaching speeches in languages the locals can't possibly understand. Does that turn you on? How do you feel about that?
Hop on this.
I'm looking at his filmography. He has a bunch of uncredited roles in like some somewhat big movies. Like, he was an Asgardian in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Fantastic.
He was a racer in Fast and the Furious 6. Go back and see if you can find him.
Ooh.
Hey, he was the worst ranger ever in a movie called Croc! 2022.
I think he was a gigolo.
In this movie?
Yes.
So not actually her father at all, but someone she doesn't have a dad. She's got a dad, but she hates him. So she hires this guy to pretend to be her dad, but really he's there to entertain her horny boss in an attempt to get her a promotion.
No, the goblin is her dad, and he summoned the crocodiles to ruin this whole wedding because she didn't invite him.
Oh shit.
Oh, her bio daddy, yeah.
Yes.
She's half goblin.
She was promised to him under the second full moon, but her parents reneged on the goblin deal, and so they've put a terrible curse on the family, and that's what has happened.
Okay, so then why did
Classic
that earlier
Rumpelstiltskin.
couple die?
They were fornicating.
Right, but why was there? Why is this just where the goblins hang out, or why is the crocodile there? If the goblins bring in
The crocodile was jealous of his abs.
yeah,
The crocodile has
yeah.
body issues. That's why his body kept changing in each
Oh.
shot. It was never consistent.
Ooh.
It couldn't pick one to stick with.
I like
Didn't know.
this. Yeah.
Oh, have I bulked up too much? Okay, let me slim down. Oh, now I can't jump up to get the guy on the filing cabinet. Okay, let me go. I'll go do crocodile things over here. Oh, jump up and slam this basketball. Oh, ooh, what's this? A pool? Oh, I'm gonna get zapped. Ah, my life has been a lie.
I like this. .com.
Unlike this movie.
I had fun with this movie, more fun than I thought I was going to have.
Crocodiles cannot look up.
I don't know if that's
Big
true.
Al says it's true.
Oh God. Should we list off some crocodile and alligator movies that people might actually enjoy?
Lake Placid.
Yeah, some people hate Lake Placid.
they're wrong.
I for one love it. It is a fantastic movie. Quit hitting me with heads. Right. Which one are you gonna throw out? Or you can throw out 2. I don't care.
I mean, yeah, there's always Alligator. Classic.
Alligator, classic.
I'm trying. Has there been anything besides Lake Placid, like anything recent? Yes,
So-
of course there has, but like something good.
So a recent good movie with crocodiles or alligators, I don't remember which, was Crawl, that one that took place in Florida during the hurricane, where the house gets flooded and the dad's trapped in the
True.
basement. That one was pretty good. My favorite year, apparently, after researching when these movies came out for alligator and crocodile movies, was 2007, apparently. Because Rogue
Okay.
came out in 2007, and Primeval came out in 2007, and I think I liked Primeval more than Rogue. It did not get great Rotten Tomatoes scores, but it had Dominic Purcell and Orlando Jones in
there's
it,
a
which I
giant alligator in Resident Evil 2.
There is.
And then, of course, let's not forget about the Crocodile Hunter Collision Course.
What?
The crocodile, you guys ever seen the Crocodile Hunter movie?
No.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know? They made a Crocodile Hunter movie where Steve Irwin has to deal with
is he an
something?
anti-poacher going around murking fools who are poaching?
No, I think it was he captured a crocodile that had just swallowed like something that fell off a satellite or something. Like I'm just gonna throw out like Russians or something are trying to kill the crocodile and take it, and he's protecting it. So think like we decided to make Crocodile Dundee, but use Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I'm for it.
And then I think that's where the Baja Men did a cover of Crocodile Rock.
Okay.
It was a good time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
How about the X-Files episode Quagmire?
Oh, ooh. What's the dog? Queequeg?
Queequeg.
Queequeg? Yeah. Dog gets eaten.
It's a fitting end. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers for a 30-year-old show.
Aw. I mean, we could sit here all day and recommend other...
Let's just recommend X-Files episodes.
Well, yeah, just watch the X-Files.
Yeah.
But we should just stick to Croc ones because we can go all day with all other creature features. Oh yeah, what did you guys want to say your rating out of 10 was for this? Because clearly you guys like Sharkside better than
I give
this.
it 2 Crocs.
I'm afraid I'm only can give it 1 because some of it was not in focus. Some of it I could not hear, but I'm pretty sure everyone got paid. So
I don't think there's a single shot of the goblins that is in focus.
But that's on purpose because goblins don't show up on film.
That's what I was wondering. Like, are they blurry on film? Yeah, like Bigfoot.
Yeah. That was honestly my main complaint about this movie is just how
not enough goblins.
Again,
not enough goblins. Yeah.
Not enough goblins.
What if the goblins had written this shark? There was so many ways they could have taken this that would have just opened up different possibilities.
I want a goblin, like this goblin wedding movie. We should make that.
After they blow up the Croc, Dylan comes out and he looks at the Asian lady and his daughter and goes, "What can I say? You two make a great team." And I'm just like, "Aw, like the bride's working really well with her new stepmom." And then the wedding banner like slowly floats down into the pool.
See, that's art.
Like, why?
See, the way you're describing it is art.
Look, it is a type of art. But I'm just like, why was there a wedding banner in there over the pool? Was the after party going to be at the pool? Because it didn't look like there was a lot of...
They were all going to dance on the water. That's where the meal was going to be, the dancing reception. It was going to be on the water. That's this movie logic.
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan, did you watch the entirety of the credits?
Yes.
Okay, so they didn't do anything with the second Croc at the end of the credits. I didn't want us to sit here and lambaste this film because Daniel and I didn't watch the credits and have them like run the Croc over with a semi or something and be like, yeah, there went the second one. So you're saying like nothing happened with the second Croc.
I'm saying there is no second Croc.
Yeah, he's saying there is no second Croc.
I rewatched the ends after the credit. Nothing. There's no... You ain't getting your next Croc movie teaser where it's dressed up as Spider-Man. It's got a job like tending bar now. And, oh no, it doesn't have money to pay the rent. And so it's got to go steal a hell box out of a container.
It's about a Croc trying to overcome the PTSD he has from this English wedding group marching into his house and killing his partner, father, whatever that other Croc was in relation to him. And he's now got to overcome that.
While holding down
and the
a
Croc
job.
tried to...
Yeah, it's just...
He's talking to his goblin
the Croc
uncle.
He lived in this apartment complex and like kids were stomping cats and he had to get the fuck out of there. Then he tried to go to some nice like mountainside and, he did some rock climbing with his missus and he, fell and broke his back and, then some, ladies were getting killed by some sort of snow monster next door. And now he's figured he'd just go back home to the
Right,
English
but then he gets
countryside.
invited to like his best friend's wedding that he hadn't seen in a while, but he's actually like secretly in love with that friend. So he's like,
Which is a goblin.
So he's pulling all kinds of crocodile shenanigans to get the wedding off. And there's this wonderful musical number.
And because we listen to our listeners out there, I will go ahead and sneak in real quick that our next episode will be 2022's Barbarian, which is probably our favorite movie of the year. So definitely go out, watch Barbarian, and then tune in with us in another 2 weeks, and we'll lay it on you. Okay, that should wrap this one up, thank God. As always, I've been your horrible host, Kenny.
I'm your goblin co-host, Daniel.
Oh, that was good. I'm Crocodile Belt Ryan.
And we will see you later, alligator.
After a while... Oh, how's it go?
After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you on the shark side of the moon, bitches.